You are Locked On Patriots, your daily New England Patriots podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello to all of you Foxborough faithful. Welcome to the Locked On Patriots podcast, a proud part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Subscribe or follow for free on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts to get the latest episode as soon as it's available. I am your host, Mike Debate, and I cover your New England Patriots for Patriots Country of Sports Illustrated. So reach out to me, let me know what's on your mind on Twitter at MDABATENFL. And while you're out there showing some much-deserved love to the Twitterverse, let's be fair, please follow the Locked On Patriots account as well at LO_Patriots. Pats fans, of course, thank you for joining me here today on Locked On Patriots. And a special shout-out to all of you Locked On Everydayers out there, those of you who make Locked On Patriots possible. My unending appreciation to you, as always, honored, humbled by your support. And the 2023 NFL schedule is out. We're here today to break it all down. And I say we because, as you can see here on the screen, when you need the hard-hitting analysis, when you need the whole truth, nothing but the truth, you go to the click. And that's my good friend, Thomas Murphy of E2G Sports, joining me today. Thank you for coming to me in friendship, Don Murph.
Oh, always my pleasure, Michael. Always my pleasure. You call, and I am here. I live but to serve, my liege.
And the feeling is mutual in return, my friend. We don't call you the Don of Locked On Patriots for no reason. Definitely, that chair is yours, and it always will be. It's embroidered, actually, folks. So he actually has his name on it. So we really couldn't do anything about it, even if we wanted to, but who wants to? We open the week in style. We close the week in style with our good friend each and every single week. So for those of us, Murph, in Patriots Nation, that were hoping that this Patriots season slate was going to provide a little solace for a team that's hoping to reestablish itself maybe as a postseason contender, nah, not even close. Nah, the schedule might be a bit worrisome, a little bit. Now, we'll get into that, folks. The Patriots tied with both the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants for having the third toughest schedule, 0.549 strength of schedule percentage, according to the metric they use. New England's opponents in 2023, Murph, just to give you a little background, 127, 107, and 3. That's a 53.5 winning percentage from last season. 9 teams had a record of 500 or better. I opened the show to say it was a gauntlet, and I'm going to stick with that. When you look at the Patriots schedule, Murph, and we actually do have some visual aid for us today, and we will get the Patriots schedule up there. Look at that, courtesy of our good friends here at Patriots.com. Murph and I peering around the side. We kind of look like the Three Stooges doing that, didn't we? I like it. I absolutely like it. See, folks, it's Flush the Format Friday here. We're not following any conventional rules, so Murph and I are going to continue to play things, the way we like to play them. But
there you go.
Bottom line here, our good friends over at Patriots.com have put up a phenomenal graphic, and as you can see on the screen, this is going to be a tough one, Murph. Just off the bat, when you look at the schedule, what jumps out at you immediately for the New England Patriots coming this year?
I'll tell you what, Michael. I tweeted out yesterday before the schedule came out because we knew who the Patriots were playing. We just didn't know where and when. The Pats have, according to myself and a few other, including Sharps Football, have the toughest schedule in the NFL this year. Okay, the AFC East really got screwed this year. I think it works out to all 4 teams in the AFC East are within the bottom from 31 to I think 24, where the Jets are. The Pats this year are going to play 9 teams with a record of 500 or better, 5 teams with double-digit wins, 7 playoff teams on this schedule, 3 division winners. And guess what? Just for giggles, okay, the Patriots get to play both the participants in last year's Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, I don't know what metric anybody else is using. Tell me where the break is in this schedule. and I will. Okay, the only break the Patriots get this year is they don't face a single team that's coming off a bye week. That's it.
Very good point.
No teams that are coming off a bye. Nobody will have 2 weeks to prepare for New England. But what we're looking at here, as you said, to start the season, is a gauntlet. Okay, it is a straight gauntlet, and it is. The toughest part of this schedule is right out of the gate. They get the Eagles, the Dolphins, they get discount double choke Jets, and then at the Cowboys. And so to me, that is the most important part of every year, is getting out to a good start. We know that Bill often goes into a season using the first month as an extended spring, trying to work out the bugs, you can't afford to do that this year. You
No,
can't. Got 2
definitely not.
division games in the first 4, and you get to play the Eagles coming out of the gate, and then go down to Texas and take on the Cowboys, which I'm a little upset about, man. I was hoping that would be the Thanksgiving Day game, but we didn't
I
get
know.
it.
Yeah,
We didn't get it.
unfortunately,
We're not going to get Thanksgiving 2 years in a row. Get over here. 2 years in a row. Not going to happen. But
very,
it
very
would have been.
true.
It would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been. It definitely would have been a nice way to wrap things up. Of course, we got the Broncos on Christmas Eve. We got the Bills on New Year's Eve. So, bringing in the Christmas holiday with the Broncos, and of course, ringing in the New Year in Buffalo.
Oh God, man. Couldn't think of a worse way to spend New Year's. And oh my God. Just painful. I've had some painful New Year's but this I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Winters in Buffalo can be unforgiving. Those of us that do come from Western New York and have been there, and we know what that could be like. So that could be an interesting and fun one here for the New England Patriots. But bottom line, I think you're right. I think this is their toughest stretch of the schedule to open the season. The Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning NFC champions. This is a defense that loves to get after the quarterback. They can do it as well as anyone. 70 sacks last year. 16 of them alone came from Hassan Reddick. They've got a lot of Georgia guys that are eager to play together and really come together. Kobe Dean, Jordan Davis going to take on major roles now in this defense. And, of course, we have guys like Nolan Smith coming in as well. They really, really stacked this defense with a lot of former Bulldogs and a lot of cohesion. And the way they played last year, they have really strengthened what was their core last year. But, it's not going to be an easy game either on the offensive side of the ball. You add DeAndre Swift into the mix that already has guys like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. By the way, we haven't even mentioned the name Jalen Hurts yet, who's capable of beating you in so many ways just with his own ingenuity. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one.
You can see, it's almost like Bill had the crystal ball and seeing as, like I said, we knew who was coming to town. We just didn't know where. We knew we were going to go on vacation. We just didn't know when. And you could see why Bill went so defensive heavy in this last draft, where he concentrated on speed and athleticism on that side of the ball. It shows up perfectly right here in the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season.
The Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, you drop those games, you're 0-2 in the division right now.
Right.
If you drop the games against the Eagles and the Cowboys, all of a sudden now you're 0-4 looking at, the Saints come in, the Raiders. I mean, we saw last year that's far from being a guaranteed win. The Raiders, I think, even got better over the offseason. So it's going to be a real difficult.
You cannot drop these 4 games and have to turn around and go 10-3 on the rest of the season. Not with this schedule.
Yeah, without question.
It's not happening.
The good news is for the New England Patriots that I do believe they are capable of winning a couple of these games, and I think they will. We're going to refrain from game-by-game predictions, overall predictions, because guess what, folks? We're going to be opening up the Locked On Patriots Monday mailbag here. Stay tuned. Keep an eye on Twitter on the Locked On Patriots account, MDABATE NFL and Murph 207, because we'll be tweeting out the solicitation for questions all week long, but we'll save you the trouble. The first question we're going to answer on Monday, Murph, game-by-game predictions.
No cap questions. I'm not paying those union dues. You send the cap questions to Pat's Cap.
Absolutely. And Miguel is the best in the business, and all we need. The plaque for the alternates doesn't exist for him because there is no evil.
Yeah.
So in that case, yes, all the cap questions will definitely still go to Miguel. And Murph, bottom line, we're all excited to see what the Patriots schedule looks like, what the season is going to look like. But what dates do you have circled on your calendar? Which matchups are you looking most forward to? Well, yesterday we found out that in week one, not only are the Patriots hosting the reigning NFC champions, but they're also going to be honoring legendary quarterback Tom Brady. Is that Murph's most important game of the season? Or is it my most important game of the season? We'll tell you in just a moment when this episode of the Locked On Patriots podcast continues. But first, folks, today's episode brought to you by our good friends over at Built.com. If you're looking for a delicious snack but don't want all of the sugar and the calories, then you need the best tasting protein bar ever. And folks, I say it every day. I mean it every day. It's Built. You have got to try this. I don't know how they do it. I really have given up trying to find out. All I know is that they do it and they do it legitimately. Bars taste so amazing, just like a candy bar, but they maintain amazing macros. And what's even better is that they're healthy, only 130 calories on average, 4 grams of sugar with a whopping 17 grams of protein.
Have
And
to.
Murph, the best part of it is you can still order all of your favorites at
Mm-hmm.
built.com, but now you can walk into a Walmart, go right to the pharmacy section, pick yourself up a 4-bar box of flavors like cookies and cream, double chocolate, or coconut puff. And if you're near a Sam's Club, it's even better. You can go in and grab a 13-bar box of our hit flavors such as brownie batter puff, churro puff. You can thank me later, folks. Don't delay. Do it today. Get all of your Built bars at either Walmart, Sam's Club, or traditionally at Built.com. Built, you gotta try this. Patriots fans, the legendary Thomas Murphy of E2GSports.com is joining me here today. We're breaking down the New England Patriots 2023 season schedule. Obviously, Murph, we established in the first segment this is not going to be an easy stretch. The Patriots are facing a number of quality teams, both participants in the Super Bowl last year. This is not going to be an easy matchup, but we all come into schedule day looking forward to finding out when the Patriots are going to be playing certain opponents. Obviously, folks were coming into this looking to see what the home opener is going to be. What's the season closer? When's Aaron Rodgers coming to town? When do we get the Bills? All of these things weigh on the minds of Patriots fans. But when we take a look at it, we don't only have to take a look at it through fan lens, but we also have to take a look at it through analysis. Which games are going to be the most compelling? I'm going to start with you, my friend, because the floor is yours and you are my guest today. When you look at this season slate from top to bottom, which games or which game do you have circled on your calendar? Which ones are the standouts to you in terms of New England Patriots football this year, logistically, whether it just means aesthetically, really whatever's on your mind on Flush the Format Friday here?
Yeah, a lot of people are going to come out and say the Raiders game where they're going to honor Tom Brady, and I agree. It's I don't want to say it can't be long past due, but you knew that this had to happen. I didn't think that we were going to get teased with this so early in Tom's retirement, but I'm really looking forward to that night and seeing what the Patriots have in store for the fans, for Tom, and the NFL. For 20 plus years, we were privy to watch the greatest football player to ever strap on a helmet, come out and sling it for the fans of New England, and I'm really looking forward to that. But after that, okay, we got that out of the way. I'm really looking forward to the trip down to Dallas. I love games down in Cowboys land. That's going to be a good one. Going out to face Josh McDaniels and the Bills. The Raiders, of course. And then when you get down to the bottom, you get it down to the nitty gritty when the Patriots should really be hitting their stride, the Chiefs come to town.
Yeah.
I want this game something awful. I
Yeah.
really do. this would signal Mac Jones's coming of age if he's able to go in there and shut down Patty Mahomes. I will be in attendance that night. I've already been asked to go.
There's no question about it, folks. Excitement's going to be high when you have Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas
Yeah.
City Chiefs on the schedule, whether they're defending Super Bowl champions or not. It's just a heightened alert for New England Patriots fans. It started out with Colts fans. It went to Packers fans. It's kind of circled around. So Chiefs fans and Patriots fans are now the ones going at it. It's like Pats fans invite these fan bases to the dance at least once or twice because they're the only constant. They're the ones that are sitting there with the 6 rings in the last 2 decades. Steelers can enter that conversation whenever they want to. They also have the right to be able to brag a little bit. But until you're in that rarefied air, it's probably best to leave the discussions to the big boys. And I'm just saying that. But look, the Patriots last faced Kansas City. This is hard to believe. Really, you think that these teams face each other all the time. Last matchup, October 2020. That's when the Chiefs defeated the Brian Hoyer, Jarrett Stidham-led Patriots 26-10.
N'Keal Harry was robbed of a touchdown. Crowning moment in New England is being
I know. When you think of the twist of fate that could have produced, but you know what, folks? No, we're not going to go there. We're not going to do that. Of course, we all remember Cam Newton was forced to miss that game. He was in COVID-19 protocol. So Mahomes and the Chiefs are still going to be one of the toughest tests on this schedule for the Pats in 2023, but they could find a silver lining in facing Kansas City following their Week 14 contest against, ironically, a team we just mentioned, the Steelers. Belichick and company are going to have 11 days to prepare for the defending world champions coming in. That has got to be a little bit of a gift to Bill Belichick. When you give him that much time, he's going to be able to use it, and I think he's going to use it to his advantage. I know it makes it less than ideal for the Patriots to turn around on short rest and face the Denver Broncos, but as our good mutual friend Mike Giardi said yesterday on Twitter, the Chiefs are the defending champions, the Broncos aren't. So at this point, you want to take the extra time to be able to take it to champs. If the Patriots can grab this one, I agree with you. That is a huge feather in the cap of Mac Jones, huge feather in the cap of Bill Belichick, and I think it's going to go a long way to really cementing this team as either a contender, if they're still in contention at this point, or at least a team that you're going to have to reckon with in the course of the next couple of years. The Patriots are building something here, folks. So maintain patience throughout the season. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all.
And we haven't mentioned the trip to Germany just yet either. I think this is going to be an exciting one for the Pats.
That's a trip I'd love to make.
Absolutely. These moments are actually team bonding experiences as well. And I actually wrote about this a little bit for Sports Illustrated on Thursday night when I had my initial reaction to the Patriots schedule. And the Patriots obviously traveling overseas. Bill Belichick and company have done a pretty good job of preparing their teams for these games. Back to 2012, when they first visited Europe, beat the St. Louis Rams back then, 45-7. That was at London's Wembley Stadium. Yeah. Oh, great atmosphere.
Just loved it.
You don't find stadiums that are as electric and as great of a sports environment as London's Wembley Stadium.
And
if you've been there, you know. If you've seen it, you even know.
And it doesn't even have to be the fans. It really isn't. It isn't fans of the two teams that are there. You see jerseys from every team across the NFL. These guys just want to get to a game. They need to get to a game. They pay through the nose to get to these games. And, there's no home field advantage. Everybody is just having a great time. It's fantastic to hear the songs and everything else that comes out of the stands. I really love the European football. And I pretty soon, I can tell you, I feel it in my bones. The Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be playing in London.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be playing a couple of games there this year.
It's
hard to, it's hard to ignore the handwriting on the wall here, folks. But I mean, we'll see how everything plays out. But bottom line, Bill Belichick again. The Patriots, they won their previous matchup in 2009. I believe I said their first one was in 2012. That is inaccurate, folks. 2009, the Patriots a 35-7 victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then 2017, their last trip overseas to Mexico, Estadio Azteca beating the Raiders, and that was a 33-8 victory. So
ending Derek Carr's. That's all
Murph is
right.
endearing
I love
himself to every
yeah,
fan base.
everybody, everybody.
Absolutely equal
Lead.
opportunity
Yep.
right now.
The
Yep.
whole season before that, it was all about, well, Derek Carr's coming into his own. Derek Carr, yep. Derek Carr, yep. Have meet Tom Brady.
Yeah, and Tom and Gronk feasted on that day, as
They
did the
did.
rest of the New England Patriots. And if Belichick can continue that type of preparation and keep his team on the same page and keep his team, ready for these types of games and keep them focused, they can serve as a big time team building exercise. And I think
Right.
it will. Germany is among one of the best places that you can play a sporting event.
Oh
The
God.
fans are extremely passionate.
Right.
They're really looking forward to this. If anybody saw the draft and saw some of the announcements that were being made from some of the German fans that are looking forward to seeing
Yep.
this, they're ready. And I think this is going to be a
They are.
fun one. And it's going to be a fun game, too. You got Gardner Minshew in the mix, possibly getting the start here. Maybe Anthony Richardson by then has the ball. The Colts history with the Patriots. It's going to be a fun one in Germany.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it.
It is, man. I'm really looking forward to that one. We'll have a nice breakfast spread going that day, and just enjoy a good game. And I hate to get down on my man Gardner Minshew, but the Patriots are coming, and they're going to take your mustache, dude.
And on that note, folks, we definitely are looking forward to all of the moments in New England, good, bad, or indifferent, because regardless of what, it all helps the team to build towards something bigger in the future, whether that's the immediate future and a playoff spot in 2023, or if the Patriots have to look a little bit beyond 2023 in order to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But now that the schedule is out, Murph and I are going to be sharing with you in just a moment what our biggest takeaway is from this 2023 season slate. Is it the game against the champs? What is the biggest takeaway to be gleaned from this schedule? Murph and I are going to share that with you in just a moment when this episode of the Locked On Patriots podcast wraps up. Patriots fans, thank you once again for making Locked On Patriots a daily part of your New England Patriots coverage. Thank you for closing the week style with us here. And also a big shout out, a huge shout out to all of you everydayers out there. Couldn't do this show without you. I appreciate you. I know Murph appreciates you always. And thank you for making Locked On Patriots a daily part of your Pats routine. Don't forget, keep a sharp eye out on the weekend, folks, because as I've teased several times here on the pod this week, former Patriot is going to be joining me in the hot seat. We're going to discuss Bill Belichick. We're going to discuss Tom Brady. We're going to discuss future endeavors. A lot coming up. Keep an eye on that one. You are not going to want to miss this. And of course, if you're on Twitter, do not miss the opportunity to send in your questions for Mailbag Monday here on Locked On Patriots, because my good friend, the Connor Murphy Fisto, is going to be back here with me, and we're going to answer all of your questions and hopefully solve all your problems. That's all I can tell you about my business right now. Bottom line, Murph, it's been fun discussing the schedule. We're holding back our game-by-game predictions until Monday, but that doesn't mean that we can't share our greatest takeaway. When you look at this schedule, we've talked about the gauntlet that the Patriots have to face. We've talked about the matchups that are circled, but what's your biggest takeaway as a whole when you look at the Patriots 2023 season slate?
When I look at this slate, the thing that I take away the most is it's the division schedule, the AFC East division schedule that they're facing this year is going to determine who wins this division like it has in no other season. Everybody, as I said, in this division has a top 5, top 7 strength of schedule going into it, and it could come down to whatever team beats up somebody else twice. Okay,
Hmm.
be it the Jets, the Bills, the Dolphins, or the Patriots, whoever's able to sweep a season series from somebody may end up winning this division.
Hmm.
Okay, because everybody is going to be knocked down, drag out every single week against one another. And that's why these early home games for the Patriots against these other teams is going to be so paramount.
Hmm.
Take care
Without
take care
question.
of business at home.
Yeah, without question. That's my biggest takeaway as well. Big shock there, folks. We are
Yeah.
like-minded, but in all actuality, it really is. I mean, I don't think it can be stated enough, and I don't think it can be overstated as to how important this divisional sect of the schedule is going to be for the New England Patriots. This is a division that in the not so distant past, Murph, was called the AFC least, really derisively, while Tom Brady was,
Hate it.
you know,
Hate it.
yeah, and I don't think it ever deserved that because
No.
there were quality teams in here.
I wrote 4-5 seasons ago when a certain somebody came out again with his parade of the tomato cans, and I completely debunked this. It was ridiculous. The winning percentages for first, second, third, and fourth place in the AFC East were
Mhm.
practically identical
Mhm.
to every other winning percentage in the NFL. Okay,
Mhm.
the only outlier was I think the AFC North, where it was a little bit tougher, but the winning percentages are exactly the same, and that's what you have to look at. The winning percentage of the first place team, the second place team, the third place team, and the fourth place team, and how many times each one of those divisions sent people to the postseason, whether it be a division winner or a wild card. And it was a wash, folks. The only thing that was different was the fact that the Patriots finished first every single year.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the only difference. Okay, the second place's winning percentage was exactly the same. The third place and the fourth place, exactly the same every single year, going through it for 20 years. I didn't go back and do this for 5 years. I did it from the day Tom Brady took the field until the day that he left it.
Mhm.
And it was just there was never an AFC least.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned that. I really, really
Sorry.
am glad that you
Yeah,
mentioned that
I'm
because
not sure
it
where you were
is.
going.
Yeah, no, that's exactly where I was going because I think in a lot of ways it really devalued what winning this division actually meant for that
Yep.
many years for the New England Patriots. But even if you want to buy into the hype, folks, if you want to play devil's advocate, fine. That's no longer the case here in New England. The tables have turned. You look at all of these national pundits.
Hmm.
Pundits is the word. Well, you will stick with that. They're all considering New England the most inferior team in this league. The Jets are better. The Miami Dolphins are better. The Buffalo Bills are better. It's the way it's being portrayed right now. So
Yep.
you look at this schedule. All of a sudden, you're saying, well, all right, the Patriots have to face, Miami twice, and we don't know what Tua is going to look like, but boy, do they have a great running game, and they've got Tyreek Hill, and that defense has improved, and all of a sudden, you're looking at those two games and going, wow, that might be a little bit difficult. Patriots don't have to make a late December run to Miami this year. That may
Right.
work to their advantage. October 29th, I don't think the heat is going to be as much of a shock to the system as if you come from a cold weather environment like you do
Right.
here in New England and then go down in Miami in late December. It's a little bit better to be able to test that. So that may be a good thing for the Pats. Obviously, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills last couple of years, they've had their numbers. So, that's going to be tough, whether it's in Orchard Park, whether it's in Foxborough, those games are going to be difficult. Lastly, Aaron Rodgers changes the complexity of the Jets and the way that game is viewed. Patriots have a 14-game winning streak against the Jets. I still think the Patriots can game plan well for Rodgers. I think Belichick has
Yep.
done that.
Yep.
But bottom line, I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. And with the weapons he has around him, Aaron is a little more resurgent and maybe playing with a little more of a chip on his shoulder. So does that elevate his game? All of a sudden, these 6 games end up being some of the toughest you'll face all season long. So those divisional matchups, folks, are going to be pivotal in the way we view the Patriots and whether or not they're going to be able to contend in
And I'm talking
2023.
one.
Mm,
This division is going to beat up on each other.
yeah,
Okay, so you could end up with a game over 500 in the division and winning the division.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
really could.
Yeah, it really could. And believe me, folks, when I tell you the New England Patriots are not the forgotten about team in this division, they're still very much in this race. Terrible coaching last year and difficulties all throughout the roster. And the Patriots were still within an eyelash of making the playoffs. You improve the coaching. I know they've done that with Bill O'Brien, Adrian Clem, and really upgrading. I like some of the moves that they've made in the draft and in free agency. I think this team's going to be better than people think. So if anyone's thinking that the Patriots are just going to kind of lay down in the AFC
No,
East,
it's
they
not
will not.
happening.
Not as long as Bill Belichick is on those sidelines.
Bill has built a bully of a defense, people,
He
and they
has.
may end up winning a lot of games 21, 24 to 17,
Mhm.
24 to 21. All right. This is a bully of a defense. I
Yeah.
really wish that McCourty had stuck around for one more year.
Mhm.
But other than that, I think this defense is better than it was last year.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And if there's one piece of solace maybe that you want to take away from our discussion today or from any of your scheduled discussions over the weekend, folks, here's something I think you might enjoy. I think the Patriots defense can keep them in every single one of
Yep.
these games on their schedule. I
Yep.
don't see an offense that they're not capable of containing in some way, shape, or form. Does that mean they will? It doesn't always mean that. Does that mean that offenses can come in and score a bunch on this defense? Yeah, anything absolutely is possible. But on
Yeah,
paper,
bad day.
I don't see one that
Nope.
scares me to the point that
Nope.
believes or that makes me believe that the Patriots can't hang in any of these games. And as long as you give Bill Belichick a puncher's chance, he's going to take that chance every single time. So maybe that translates to some wins in 2023. Maybe it doesn't. Murph and I are going to give you our thoughts, but don't forget to send in your questions for
Please
Mailbag Monday here on Locked On Patriots. I can't wait. And I know my good friend here,
get
the
them in
Conor
quick.
Murphy Fisto, can't wait either. But what can I say? We open the week in style. We close the week in style. It's always fun. We went from talking draft to immediately coming in and talking schedule. It's starting to feel real. It's starting to look a lot
It
like
is.
2023, buddy.
It really is. It really is. I'm itching to get out there and watch some practices. I'm itching to hear some commentary from some of our good friends like Phil Perry and Tom Curran, and it's just there. It's so right
Mhm.
there. I haven't been this distracted from baseball by football in a very very long time, and the Sox are
Mm.
winning.
Absolutely, folks. And we're in the midst of a big playoff run for the Celtics as well. So
Mm,
all of those things coming together. But bottom line, the one thing you can count on that's always constant here is my good friend joining me on Mondays and most of the time on Fridays as well. And we really have a ball every time we hit the microphone together. Before I let you go, my friend, please let everyone know where they can catch all of the great work that you'll be doing over the weekend, whether you're putting pen to paper, voice to microphone. Floor is yours, my friend. What can we look forward to from Thomas Murphy?
Well, I've got some couple of Red Sox pieces coming out this weekend. You'll see them over at e2gsports.com. How this team could be even better if we had
Mm-hmm.
just a bit better of a GM and an owner that wanted to spend a couple of bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I was on Giants Rush this past week. You can still catch that here on their YouTube channel. And of course, we'll be back next week with another One Patriots Place with Classy Claire. And our very special guest, Alex Barth, is going to stop by this week.
Oh, excellent. Alex is always great,
Yeah,
always one of the best in the business, and you definitely look forward to that, folks. And as always, you can look forward to seeing my good friend, the Conor Murphy Fisto, each and every Monday here on Locked On Patriots. And always check out to see if he joined us on Fridays. It's a pretty safe bet
never
that he'll
know.
be doing that as well.
Yeah.
Folks, bottom line, thank you most of all for making Locked On Patriots a daily part of your New England Patriots coverage. You everydayers out there, thank you for all of your support. For all of you first timers, all of you casual listeners, we appreciate each and every one of you as well. And we hope you've heard at least a little something this week that helps you keep sticking around as listeners of Locked On Patriots. But in the meantime, please continue to stay safe and stay well and be the change that you wish to see in the world. Until then, on behalf of the great Conor Murphy Fisto himself, Thomas Murphy, I'm Mike DeBay. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you next Monday here on Locked On Patriots.
Hello, Newman.